Um, Mr. Kent made a lot of awesome points yesterday, and again, I'm going to thank him publicly. I'm going to direct him to this YouTube video for myself, okay? So, if first off we're going to add u plus v, u plus w, okay, how am I going to do that? How are vectors added? Uh-oh. Tip to tail, tip to tail. Tail to tail, we get the parallelogram. I'm going to do tip to tail. This is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to draw vector u first. How about draw north 18 degrees east, please? Yeah, so I see hand signals going on here. So I'm going to start off here. That's going to be your 18 degrees. And that's 18 kilometers. And that's vector u. What is? Okay. Great, so that's vector u. Okay, so now I'm going to add that to w. Now, where's w going to start at? This thing against people, and I have to make sure this is clear. Where's w going to start? Yeah, from the top of this one. Okay, now this is what's very, very important for this. Okay, so you're going to begin from right here. All right, so I'm going to go. 92 degrees is going to be like east 2 degrees south. And that's going to be 22. Okay, so this right here is going to be u plus v, or u plus w, sorry. Okay. Questions about these diagrams before I continue? Jeff, how you feeling? Good? Okay. Now, not to be mean to you guys, but I give this in my grade 10 academic. It's where I use it differently. I say words like, Billy went to the, Billy, I'll use Benny. Benny left math class. He goes to his locker, which is 18 kilometers north, 18 degrees east from math class. Then he travels to science, which is east 2 degrees south, which is 22 kilometers. How far is it from math class to science class? That's what I word it in my grade 10 academic. That's the hardest question in that course, okay? Let me just say that. What I do not get them to do is to find the direction, which will be another challenge here. How do I find u plus w? What do I need still? I need angles and lots of them, okay? Specifically, I need this one, okay? Because I'm going to want to use cosine law here. Nothing else I can find that readily at all, okay? That's probably going to be the first one for sure. Can anyone suggestions on how excuse me, how I might find that angle? Nobody knows how to find that angle? Guys, this is the time to be proud calculus students and raise your hand. Today is the day. How do you find that angle? Jeff, got a hand?
I launched a little bit. I assumed that since the W is going 2 degrees south,
yeah,
that dotted line there, I imagined it 90 degrees
Ooh.
to the 18 degree vector. So it would be 88, dipping 2 degrees.
I don't know if we can say that though. It can't go 90 degrees to this point.
I didn't mean 90 degrees to the axis. I meant 90 degrees to the...
Oh, we can't say that. We can't quite say that. Okay, 90 degrees to this we can. Okay, and the reason we can do that is because if you think of like geography class, north, south, east, west, works perfectly at 90 degrees. Now this one, because that's at an 18-degree angle, like you could, yeah, that's not going to work. How does that help us? How does this myself getting offset help? Yeah, this one up here now is going to be 72, right? So theta is going to be 180 minus 2 minus 72, which is 106, I think. Is that right? 106? Yeah. Just to be easier, I'm going to call this, one thing I'm just going to mention here, this is, when I put those symbols on, this means magnitude, which is like distance, which is like length. You guys, I don't know if you guys have seen that before, but that's what that means. That's the magnitude. Okay. How would I get the magnitude or the distance of u plus w? How would I get that? Cosine law. Thank you, Nate. Can you recite cosine law from memory, please?
C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab.
Wonderful. Okay. So it's going to be this squared equals 18 squared plus 22 squared minus 2, 18, 22. Cos 106. Now, hopefully you guys all have super duper calculators and can do all this in one step. Okay, but if you can't remember the cosine of 106 because it's in the second quadrant, will be actual negative number, right? So negative times negative 2 will make that a plus. So we need more calculator. So we're doing lots of this stuff up to and going, yes. Can't guarantee it's great. Okay, but is it calculator? Anybody else? Everyone else good? Okay. And I can't guarantee it's great, but there's a calculator, okay? Please also make sure your calculator's in degree mode for this, okay? So I'm just gonna pretend like you guys are in grade 9 here for a sec. Make sure everyone gets their calculators out and actually calculates this. It's very easy to watch me type the answer in. Okay, but I need you guys to actually do the calculation. Since you guys are in calculus, I'll let you go all of it in one step. They don't get a final answer right away in one step. I can 0.0? Okay, no threat, okay. And we'll call that kilometers. Now, somebody's going to say, I'm a physics student, and that's wonderful. Physics is a good class. I love it. Do you care about sig figs, Mr. Sadler? The answer is no, I don't. I'm a mathematician. Okay, so I don't care. No, it's not a joke. That's serious. Okay, I don't care about sig figs. Okay, because some people say, well, there's, I don't, it's too complicated a system for me to worry about. Okay, so I'll say things like round to 1 decimal place. That's what I'll say. Okay, it's just easier for me. Great. So that's the magnitude. Now, can somebody tell me if I wanted to find the direction of that? Because this isn't a vector yet, that's just a magnitude. Okay, so remember, vectors also need a direction. Can somebody tell me how I could actually find, the direction of u plus w?
Sine law.
Yeah, sine law. Okay, what are you going to do for that?
Take theta and then u plus w, and then take w.
Okay, good. Well, what's that going to give you? That's, well, just hold on a sec. So I know what you're trying to do here, right? That's going to give you, I'm just trying to make a point here, that's going to give you this angle, right?
Yeah.
That's just the angle between here and here, which doesn't help us. Right on, and that's what I needed somebody to say though, right? Because you have to make sure you add the 18 because it's relative to north. You want to be relative to north, south, east, west. This would be nice too, but we have no way of knowing what's east there, okay? And even further, I don't know how accurate my diagram is. This could be south, right? Like it could be, this could go far enough that it's really down here. My diagram's not perfect, right? So we'll calculate that during sine law, and then we'll add 18 degrees to it to get the angle. Make sense? A little bit? Dexter, how you doing? All right, so Nate, I'm going to pick on you again. Can you recite sine law from memory, please, for me?
Just A over sine
Good. I'm going to write it like this, though, okay? If you're in my grade 11 class, you don't have an advantage, you have a disadvantage probably. Why am I writing it like this? Why am I writing it like this? Why is it better to write it like that in this case? Yeah, if you leave it unknown on the top left, it's one step to find your answer, right? If you leave the sign in the denominator, then you got to cross multiply and all sorts of weird stuff, right? So I'd like you all to take the next 30 seconds of your lives, calculate beta. Michael, do you want to be the good cop or the bad cop today? Oh, really? No. Well, because I was just wondering if I'm going to make them go to the, like, if let's say it was like north 50 degrees east, so I make them change that to east 40 degrees north or not. I don't know.
Well, because you know that you have to do east and
Sine, right?
east and west first before north and south. So.
All right, what's beta, please? 41.
41.36.
41.4. I'll call that. Okay, so what's u plus w equal to?
Can you grab my cup?
Yeah. So I know I wasn't good when I gave you, sorry. What's u plus w equal to then? What's its direction and what's its direction? Yeah, go ahead.
32 kilometers north, 41.4.
Almost. Oh, sorry, let's work together to get a correct solution. All we found for the 41.4 is just here to here, right? So we have to add the 18 to it, we have to get over that, right? So just so everyone gets up there, so this is 41.4 is just this part. What we're actually looking for, right, is this. It's very loud. What we're actually looking for is that thing there. So that's going to be for 59.4 degrees east. And that's sloppy, so I'm really gonna say U plus W equals 32.0 kilometers east, 30.6 degrees north. Okay, before I set you to do U minus V, that's what you guys are doing next for me. Okay, since I did most of this one, with your help. Okay, with your help. How's that? You think I didn't do most of this one? You guys can try U minus V right now for yourselves.
Can you not just put 15 degrees? The other one.
Who's in physics here, okay? Because I want to sort of consistent here. Do they make you do the smaller angle? I'm trying to remember.
Physics note about
No,
that.
we always go east.
always go
East or west first and then north or south second.
Why? Something with
Because Miss Tacken does like this little chart. Here, this is adding and subtracting vectors in physics.
That'll be coming next. You would go, so you're telling me you'd do west 89 degrees north instead of north 1 degree west?
Because then we can just use that little charting thing. And
So
plug
how's
in.
that affect the chart though? If you're doing
I don't know.
north 1 degree west is easier than west 89 degrees north.
She said that you can do it the other way, but you just have to like derive a different formula or something.
So it's just add 90, subtract 90, isn't that what Okay, so I'm going to say that since there's discrepancy, either one of those answers would be correct for me. I prefer the second one in this case. I prefer the answer closer to 0, right? So if you're at 89 degrees, if you're thinking north 89 degrees east, that's the same as east 1 degree north. I'm not with east 1 degree north in that case. Right? Does that make any sense? Probably not. Okay, I'm going to hit pause on the video. You guys do the next question B for me right now. Hopefully this is somewhat helpful. We'll be doing components, that note right there, we'll be doing components like that in a little bit. I do it a little differently than Miss Tacken does. You can